All right, guys, I'm going to do an introduction real quick. We'll get to our guest speaker right now. Well, let me take her off the screen. I'm sick of you guys looking at her, man. This is supposed to be a surprise. All right, guys, so it's me and Tim today, all right? As you guys see, you guys thought I lived close to Hatboro. I don't actually live in Manhattan. You see, this is my window out back. That's the World Trade Center. Not the World Trade Center, the Empire State Building, whatever. So this is my window outside of Manhattan, so it's not raining up here, guys. Now, this is Cat Dad, guys. My name is Angelo. We're from Legion Hatboro, if you don't know us. And tonight we have a super, super exciting first ever evening tea with Legion. And we came here to talk to you guys about exercise, nutrition, and the effect both of them have on your mental health, right? So we're going to talk about mindfulness. We're going to talk about how you can improve your mindfulness. We got an awesome, amazing special guest speaker who's going to bring up some scientific studies and some of her patients and what she's actually found working in the field and what you guys can implement at home to improve yourself. Angelo, aka Crazy Man. Dorian, stop it. So this is going to be a really, really good. It's going to be a really, really good session, guys. So if you can, grab a paper, pen, take some notes. This is going to be life-changing, guys, all right? After this, you will be awesome like the Cat Dad. It's scientifically proven, I promise you, all right? So if you guys are all excited, I want to see thumbs up in the screen. Come on, guys, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's go. I think we need...
This is weird. It's backwards for me. Like when I do it.
Just go with it, Tim. Lee Tall, would you smile? Lee Tall just got a pen and paper. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Get a pen and paper. We're about to learn. Teresa Mahoney. Where's Maria Mahoney? We got two Mahonies in here.
Terry Mahoney, what's up?
We got all the Mahonies in here. All right, guys, so what we're going to do,
Mahoney.
Real quick, I want to talk about a few stats, okay? So we were doing a little research, looking at a few statistics. So last year, 36% of people reported signs and symptoms of depression. This year, it's up to 49%, right? So depression's going up. People more upset. A lot of bad things going on right now, right? Second thing, 14.7% of America is unemployed. 55% are women. Alcohol purchases. And if you're guilty in here, raise your hand. They're up 55%. 55%. Yeah. I see all the hands. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Where do you go? So guys, the reason we did this is everybody's stressed out right now. A lot of bad things are going on, right? And it's super, super important to take care of your mind and your mental health and to learn mindfulness, right? And it does directly affect exercise and nutrition, right? So what I did today was I was talking to Bob Thompson. You guys know him. He's the founder of Legion. And I said, Bob, you want to make a bet? And he's like, yeah. I said, I bet you I can get everybody from Legion, at least like 34 people from Legion, to get on an evening tea with Legion. And I'm not going to talk about anything. I'm just going to make them do jump squats. So I guarantee you I could trick them all into coming here just to make them do jump squats. So guys, nothing's going on tonight. We're all doing jump squats. Everybody up, 10 jump squats right now. Let's go. Come on, 10. All right, I'm joking, guys. What's everybody shaking their heads? Nobody wants to do jump squats. You didn't get it from the password? My Lord. All righty, guys. So real quick, I know everybody's dealing with a lot of the same issues. How is everybody coping? So hit the comments right now and hit the chat right now. Let me know how you're coping with the stress and with all the things that are going on right now. Hit the comments and tell us how you are coping. Are you eating more? Are you skipping workouts? Are you sleeping in? What are you doing? Ups and downs. Sally said she's doing the jump squats. Crying. Sally, I'm crying too, girl. Doing workouts. That's good, Jamie. That's excellent, Jamie. And we're going to talk about why that's the best way to cope with it. Feeling fatigued, but working out and eating well.
Twice a day. Working out hard. There we go.
Guys, you're foreshadowing exactly what this is going to be about today, and you're going to see the science behind it and why it helps. Somebody give me something bad. I love that, Elon. So prior to the challenge, it was emotional eating. Awesome. Exercising, but not always following the nutrition plan. All right, Jackie. So, yeah, you're a Hatboro member, so you're in big trouble, but no, that's how we cope, man. That's how we cope. Foods is up and downs. Working out, not following diet, drinking wine. Linda, you text us your meals every day, Linda. You're telling me that you left out wine every time you text us your meals? Skipping Legion workouts, not to take a bike ride or walk. Okay, staying in track these days. Storm coming, reception's not good. Me too, Jackie. Been walking alone, lots of wine. I got it, guys. I get it. And that's how we all cope, right? And so So coping like that, guys, do you feel better or worse? Now, if you guys were a member of Legion beforehand and you were eating healthy and you went through a challenge, you were exercising right, and this all happened and we're all stuck in quarantine and you started coping the way you guys are coping it now, did you feel better beforehand or do you feel better now? Comment in the comments right now. Christine, stop. I want one. Staying up too long. That same thing with me, Andrew. I used to go to bed super early. Now I kind of stay up late and I sleep in a little longer than I should. You felt better, right? Everybody felt better before. When we were eating the right things and we were working out the way we should and we were controlling our minds, right? But now we're letting the circumstances control our minds and it's driving us crazy. Oh, Georgianne, you went through a Netflix phase? We did too. Tim made me watch this cat lion dad thing.
The Tiger King.
The Tiger King. Yeah, Tim, did anybody watch that? Tim, tell them about that show real quick before we start.
That lion, Tiger King thing.
It is an emotional roller coaster.
Tell them what the show is so they know.
It's basically a bunch of criminals running zoos and the drama between it. Tiger King.
Tiger King, guys. You got to watch Tiger King. I seriously feel like I lost brain cells watching that. But Tim made me and I laughed. It was like super funny. I feel better eating FTDI. I love it, Christine. Staying up late, but you feel better working out. Guys, you guys foreshadowing exactly what we're going to learn about today. So that's all valid stuff, right? We're coping. We're feeling like junk because we're not doing the right things because, yada, 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 and all that good jazz. So real quick, guys. What does this do to us, right? So it takes us away from our fitness goals. It takes us away from having a positive mindset. And Tim, if you could talk a little bit real quick before we get started and before we introduce our special secret guest about how you had to get your mind right with an issue you had with your back and how you had, negative self-talk and how you turned it into positive self-talk and how it completely changed your life around.
Yeah, so for you guys that know me, I have a little bit of back issues. And for like two years, I kind of ignored it. And I just thought it would get better on its own because, usually whenever I had an injury, I would just, unless it was, really bad, I would just kind of, give it a little while and it'd be fine. But, time passed, didn't get better. And that kind of affected what I could do physically. So my workouts got less and less and they got less intense. And then it started affecting me mentally because then my body started going to a place where, it didn't, I got to the point where I wasn't really exercising that much, wasn't eating as well as I should have. And then you go in like these like waves of depression, and it can kind of really take a toll on you. And, it starts with what you do with your body, how you take care of it, healthy body, healthy mind. So if you feed it well, if you exercise, it affects your mood set as well. And eventually I got to the point where I was like, all right, I need help. And I got help for my back, started getting better. Then I was started able to exercise again, started feeling better, started looking better, that helped my confidence, helped my mindset. And, it's been up since then. Increase the diet gets better because you want to, like I can, so I should. And, just doing little things like waking up early, drinking your water, making sure that you're eating right. It can, all that stuff throughout the day, it adds up to a great, great day. And then you have a lot of good days and, that stuff snowballs for your mindset.
Yeah. No, that's great, Tim. And a lot of us find ourselves in the position, when something goes wrong, and I know you guys can all relate, like when something goes wrong, we have negative self-talk. And we kind of spiral out of control and things get worse and worse and worse. So what Tim did is, he turned it into positive self-talk and he got help and he turned his life around. And that's what this is about today, guys. We all know that we need to exercise and we need to eat healthy. We all know it's good for us, right? But how many in here, right? Even before you joined Legion or even before you ever heard of Legion or went to a gym or did anything, how many in here knew it was good for them and still didn't do it? Raise your hand. I know I did. Guys, it's not like a revelation. Like, hey, guys, we're going to learn the secret to a happy life. It's exercise and nutrition. Everybody knows it's good for you guys. But what we are here at Legion, we're a community. We're a family. We're a support group, right? So what this whole evening Legion tea is us to come together and us to give you the tools you need and the science behind it and show you exactly why you need to control your mind and what it does for your exercise and nutrition and how they both play a part back and forth with each other. Your exercise and nutrition affect your mindset affects your exercise and nutrition and all the science behind it and why, guys, I know it's tough, but if you start doing it, you're going to gain momentum in the right direction, right? So without further ado, we have a super, super, super qualified speaker here. All right. I had to actually print out 3 sheets of paper to introduce her, okay? 3 sheets of paper. I'm telling you, like, listen, she's got like all types of qualifications. I mean, paragraph after paragraph after paragraph. You guys might know her from, if you're in Legion Hatboro, she is a member there. Her name is Heather Connolly, a licensed clinical social worker in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. She's received her master's degree in social work from the University of Maryland in Beemore. She has training in trauma, mindfulness-based stress reduction methods, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, and crisis intervention. She currently provides group and individual therapy to adults and teenagers struggling with issues related to self-esteem, trauma, suicidal thoughts and behaviors, substance abuse, mood disorders, and psychosis. Like we said, she's an active member at Legion Hatboro, and everything she talks about today, and she'll talk about tonight, she practices what she preaches, guys. And she also talks me and Tim off the ledge like once or twice an hour. So guys, without further ado, let me get the video up. Miss Heather. Everybody, I need thumbs up on the screen, Yay, yays, yays, let's go. Welcome, DJ Air.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? Hey everyone. I miss you guys all. And it's great to be able to see you guys in person. Unfortunately, like you guys said, I don't have power either. So if it gets a little dark in here, we're pulling a light from my husband. Luckily rigged the generator outside. So hopefully this will work for us. So I'm so excited to be here. I'm so happy to see all of your smiling faces. Tim and Angelo and I had been, chatting about, this is a really difficult time for most of us. And our physical health is just as important as our emotional health. And our emotional and physical health are connected. So I'm so happy to be here to be able to help you guys develop some positive coping strategies. If we're not feeling good, the only way that we can change that is we have to change our thoughts and we have to change our behaviors. So that's part of what we're going to talk about today. What we can do, what specific strategies we can do to change that, and also what you have already been doing and try to help reinforce that. If you're like me, sometimes we all lose motivation, and it can be helpful to find out, why am I doing this? Why am I eating right? Why am I exercising? Why is Heather telling me I need to develop a mindfulness practice, which we'll talk about in a few moments. What also that Angela pointed out that's really important, I'm a real person. So everything that I'm going to talk to you about today, I do myself. But I'm not perfect though. I don't do anything perfectly. Nobody does. But then I also, I teach these skills to clients every single day. So I have seen, firsthand the importance of having an exercise routine and eating properly and what it can do to improve your mood. So I'm super stoked to be here today. And I miss all of you guys. I saw Jamie, I saw in the chat that I can't wait until we can get back going again and I can see all your faces in person. So.
Awesome. Alrighty, let me bring us back up in here. Guys, I was going to stream this live to Facebook, but I guess we're just going to have to post it later because for some odd reason it is not going as planned. So, boom.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure the storm didn't help everything.
We practiced this like 15 times already, right? So I don't know why it didn't. I don't know why it's not working the way it worked. But this is our first ever. We're going to get better. We promise. So, Heather, first question, right? We want to ask you. Super important is, how does nutrition influence your mental health?
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Angela. This is such an important question. And first, before even, moving even forward, I have to congratulate all of you for taking the steps of coming here today and wanting to learn more about what we can do to improve our mental health. Just you guys being members of Legion, you're already taking steps in that right direction. So first, nutrition. This is so important. Accumulating evidence supports healthy nutrition and exercise that it can control and even to some extent prevent mental health issues. So what you eat directly influences the structure and function of your brain and ultimately your mood. So when we eat high quality foods that contain vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, that will nourish your brain in a positive way. So your brain can actually be damaged if you ingest anything other than that premium fuel, just like a car. So when food interacts with the chemicals in our brain, it keeps us going throughout the day. When we eat a variety of foods, there are a variety of effects on our brain. For example, carbohydrates, they increase serotonin, and this chemical helps calm you. Protein-rich foods affect our brain by increasing alertness. Depressed individuals have been found to be deficient in many nutrients, especially essential vitamins, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acids. And certain healthy fats that contain omega-3s and omega-6 are linked to reduced rates of depression. And our bodies can't produce some of these, so it's really important to include in our diets. And the cool thing too is that we have the FitFX EFA supplements that we can get at Legion that provide a lot of those supplements that we need. So that's the first part. And then if we think about what we're eating, so a diet high in refined sugars can actually impair brain function, and it worsens mental health symptoms because it worsens our body's regulation of insulin and promotes inflammation. So serotonin, that's a neurotransmitter that helps regulate sleep, appetite, mediate mood, and inhibits pain. Now, you may be surprised to learn that almost all of our serotonin, about 95%, is not produced in our brain, but in our gastrointestinal tract. Therefore, it requires the good bacteria from our intestinal tract to function properly. Now, good bacteria not only influences what your gut digests and absorbs, but they also affect the degree of inflammation throughout your body, as well as your mood and energy. So inflammation is one way the body fights off infection. But if there's too much inflammation, it can lead to various diseases, including dementia and mental health issues. So when we eat food that are full of nutrients, we help our body fight inflammation and protect our moods. When we make poor choices, we develop bad bacteria that damages our digestive tracts and prevents the regulation of serotonin between the gut and the brain. Now, this is further proven by studies that show that individuals who take probiotics see their anxiety levels, perception of stress, and mental outlook improve. So even more reason why we want to stick to, Legion's clean dieting, as well as I take the greens every day. Those have probiotics in them, and they've been proven to improve mood. So also, researchers say that intermittent fasting can reduce inflammation in the body, and that also improves chronic inflammatory diseases. So overall, nutritional factors are intertwined with human cognition, behavior, and emotions. And I thought that was important to learn a little bit about intermittent fasting because I know that's new on our nutrition plan, for these recent challenge. And when I started doing it, I wanted to find all about the science behind it. And it's pretty cool because it does have a lot of healing properties. And if you're also wondering why now we can eat fruits, it's because we need to have those antioxidants that our bodies aren't producing to help protect us against those mental health issues and that stress that we may be facing now that we're not actually in the gyms.
Real quick, Heather, if I can, how many people in here are doing the virtual challenge or doing the intermittent fasting? And let me know what you guys think about it. Like, how many are following the intermittent fasting, and have you noticed any differences? Like, what do you think about the intermittent fasting? Have you been able to jump higher? You're smarter? Did you grow taller? What happened? I know Tim was doing it, and he had this patch on his beard that he could never fill in. And as soon as he did intermittent fasting, the beard just filled in. It was crazy. It was gone. It's gone. It gives me more energy. That's awesome, Jackie. Feel less inflammation. Awesome, Georgianne. And Matt, you don't have to do it, but if it's something you want to do and just try it for the health benefits, of course, yeah. I usually do it all the time. You just go best thing. Really like it. Wake up feeling good.
That's burned.
I've done it on my own for years. Love it when I do. Great, Lital. Jamie, we could definitely try it. Listen, that's a cool thing about the virtual challenge, guys. It's not like a strict diet where you lose weight. This is about, and like Heather was talking about, and I think she's going to get a little more in depth. There's fruits on the menu. It's not about. It's about anti-inflammatory foods. It's about getting through quarantine with our sanity. It's not all just about a number on a scale. All right. So if you guys want to try it, this is the time to try it, guys. When you work out a fasted time, it helps. So yeah, because you're burning ketone bodies, so you're burning fat for fuel. Yep. So you depleted your glycogen stores, and you're burning directly into fat. Then All right, Heather, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but as Tim will tell you, I interrupt everybody all the time. So continue, please.
No, I think you wrapped up the nutrition piece. I just think it's really important to, sometimes we wonder why Legion tells us to do certain things. And this is why, we want to reduce that inflammation in our body, and we want to focus on having a clean diet, as well as what's also important is the Legion supplements are clean. Unlike a lot of the stuff that you get on the market that's filled with a bunch of stuff, we need to be very careful and be very deciphering on what we take in our body, because as I just shared with you guys, it makes a huge difference what we take in our body if we want to feel better.
Yep. Absolutely. So guys, another quick question I wanted to ask Heather was, how does exercise, now nutrition and exercise do go hand in hand, right? I'm too hungry all the time to do fasting. You'll Angela, your body will switch over. It's tough at first. I remember like the first time I fasted, it's actually your hormone ghrelin. You get like your hormone ghrelin spikes certain times and you get like super hungry, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. Say, guys, get your questions, because at the end we're gonna have a Q&A. You guys can ask all your questions. We're gonna get like super deep and answer all your questions, and then Tim's actually gonna do a dance with his cat. We have it all set up. We're gonna put him on screen, and he's got a nice song playing, and he's gonna dance around with his cat. But Heather, how does exercise affect our mental health?
Exercise is just as significant. There's so much research out there that shows that exercise reduces anxiety, depression, negative mood. It improves self-esteem and cognitive function. It's been found to alleviate, symptoms of low self-esteem and social withdrawal. So studies show that exercise can treat mild to moderate depression as effectively as some antidepressant medication. Now, I'm not saying don't take antidepressant medication, but it's just really important to realize that this can be a huge benefit. One study in Harvard showed that running for only 15 minutes a day or walking for an hour reduces the risk of major depression by 26%. That's a huge number.
Whoa. Repeat that.
Running 15 minutes a day or walking for an hour reduces the risk of depression by 26%.
Wow.
26%. And not only that, the more you exercise, the more you can prevent another depressive episode from happening.
That's amazing, guys.
Wow.
All right.
How many people already knew that? Show of hands. How many people already knew that?
Anybody already knew that?
I didn't.
Cool.
All right, Christine, no. We got like a couple people on there that know.
That's awesome. So let's take a look. So exercise, not only, it's a powerful depression fighter for many other reasons, right? So it promotes all kinds of changes in the brain, including neural growth, reduced inflammation, and new activity patterns that promote feelings of calm and well-being. It reduces endorphins, powerful chemicals in your brain that energize your spirits and make you feel good. And finally, exercise can serve as a distraction. It allows you to find some quiet time to break out of that cycle of negative thoughts that feed depression. Physical activity immediately boosts the brain's dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin levels. All of these affect focus and attention. Exercise also stimulates the growth of new brain cells to help prevent age-related decline. So who wouldn't want that as well?
Hold on. So Heather, hold on. Let me get this right. So you're telling me that if I exercise it, I'm going to get smarter?
Maybe.
Because
no, absolutely true. The more you exercise, the more you will get smarter. So we better watch out, because Angela's going to keep exercising and we're going to have to watch out there.
I've been doing the lives for like a couple months now and I don't feel any smarter. We're going to have to double check this study, guys. But no, in a serious note, guys, that is amazing, guys. That is an amazing study. Guys, exercise, you get smarter. Like, why wouldn't you do it, right? That's another reason. Like, we all know exercise is good for us. Now we know it makes you smarter. You grow more brain cells. You'll be smart like me now if you keep exercising.
All right. So just a couple other things, what are some other benefits of exercise? Now, you guys probably already know these, but, I think it helps to know that there's science behind it. So studies show it improves memory and thinking, higher self-esteem, better sleep, increased interest in sex, better endurance, more energy, reduced tiredness, resiliency, stress relief. We can gain confidence. We get the social interaction, and that's another cool thing about Legion, right? Because we get to be together. We learn coping skills, weight reduction, reduced cholesterol, and improved cardiovascular fitness. So all of those are really important reasons, and we want to try to stay focused on, okay, what are the benefits of working out and how can it help my mental health? I had talked to you guys about, a study that said that it reduces depression by 26%. Two more studies that had similar results. One study showed that within 5 minutes of exercise, you get a mood enhancement effect. So that's pretty cool because I know there are some days that I don't want to get up. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to, turn on the Zoom workouts. But as soon as I'm working out, I start to feel better. And there's studies that show that that's what happens in your body. The cool thing is that the effects of physical activity are beyond short term. Exercise can alleviate long-term depression as well. And another study showed that 3 or more sessions of aerobic activity or resistance training for 45 to 60 minutes a week can treat chronic depression. And they're more noticeable after 4 weeks. And in 4 weeks, that's how long it takes brain cells to regenerate. And then after 10 to 12 weeks, that's when you see the greatest result. So if we think about what we're doing at Legion, they encourage us to work out 5 days a week, a minimum. That's what's needed to treat depression and anxiety. And then our challenges are 6 weeks. So after 6 weeks, we actually have grown new brain cells. And then after 6 weeks, we take a look at what we need to change. Maybe we tweak our nutrition a little bit, and then we try it again. And these long-lasting benefits are huge, especially in the times that we're having right now.
And a real quick thing is the way we're talking about the challenge, right? At 6 weeks, nutrition plan, the exercise regimen, everything's going to do what you say it does, Heather, right? But what happens if we get all the benefits right, and after 6 weeks, can we just go back to living our old lifestyle?
Well, if we go back to living our old lifestyle, unfortunately, we'll start to create that damage again. Like I said earlier about our nutrition, if we eat poorly, it actually damages our brain. So the same thing happens with exercise. If we start sitting around and start not moving, that's going to cause inflammation in our body, inflammation in our brain. That's going to lead to anxiety and depression and cognitive declines as well. Now, not to say, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, that we can't change that we can't get back up there. And the cool thing is once you've been to the gym, once you started exercising, you've already, started that ground. You can get right back into it. And sometimes it's even, you have that muscle memory. So you're even more motivated when you come back the second or third time.
Awesome. So guys, thumbs up. You guys are doing a great job at the challenge. You guys are doing everything you guys need to do to get all these benefits. So we're super, super proud of you guys. You guys are on the right track. So Heather, if you could do me a huge favor, can you explain mindfulness and how our members, our challengers, and we can all incorporate that into our daily life and also how that's going to help us? I think you touched on it a little bit, but.
Yeah, that's a really good question. And this is so important. This is really my passion here as well. Every single client I work with, I teach them this on the very, very first day. It's that important. So we probably all heard about mindfulness, but maybe not truly understand what it is. All mindfulness really is paying attention to the present moment without judgment. So it's just being present focused. Now, I'm sure, the more you practice this, you'll find it easier said than done. When we're mindful, we become more aware of our thoughts and feelings and are better able to manage them. Having a daily mindfulness practice can boost our concentration, improve relationships, increase awareness, improve clarity, build compassion, give us a sense of calm, help with stress and depression, and it can even have a positive effect on physical problems like chronic pain. Anyone can learn to be mindful. It's simple. You can do it anywhere, and the results can be literally life-changing. So the first practice that you need to master when we're talking about mindfulness is breathing. Now, this is something that this will really help you with when you're working out as well. So when we do mindful breathing, we breathe in through our nose, hold, and exhale through our mouth. Now, the important part with mindful breathing is that we actually exhale longer than we inhale. So what I like to recommend to starting out, breathe in slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 6 counts. And just keep doing that until you feel relaxed. And just try to really focus on your breathing and really feel the sensations of your breath throughout your body.
So real quick, that's in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. All right, correct. Tim, show us real quick. Go ahead. Guys, let's check him out. 4, 1, 2. Guys, count. Guys, count. Are you less stressed out?
I feel that way. Yeah.
It's that simple, guys. It's like
Feels
you
great.
literally do it one time, it
Awesome.
changes your life. No, I'm joking. You got to do it all the time. It's got to be a part of your daily routine. But guys, remember, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 6. 4, 4, 6. All right. Sorry for interrupting again, Heather. I just had to get
No,
Bob. He
usually,
wanted to
when
do
I
it.
do it, I practice it with people. So it's really important to practice because we can say it, but if you don't do it, then it's hard.
Absolutely.
But I'm glad that you said, Tim, Angela, we have to practice. Breathing is not something that comes naturally. Yes, we breathe naturally on our own, but relaxing our breathing does not. If you think about when we're anxious or when we're stressed out or when we're worried about something, we breathe heavy. When we're working out, if we don't manage our breathing, it's a lot harder.
Absolutely.
So we really have to really focus on our breathing. I recommend that you do this every morning when you wake up and every night before you go to bed. Do it, try to do it for a full minute, or maybe do it just like 4 or 5 times until you get comfortable and figure out what works for you.
And 2 questions that go with this, and I know you're going to explain a lot more of the benefits of what it does, but 2 questions. So is there a compound effect if you do this day after day after day after day? So after a week, after a month of doing it, after 6 months of doing it, are you going to see more effects? Is it just going to compound and it's an exponential effect and it's going to get so much better if you keep doing it?
Absolutely. So the more you do it, the more it actually creates brain pathways. So I'll just jump into what I was going to talk about with the brain. So the brain's the part of the body where the meditation really does its magic, right? It's true that we're more capable of coping with negative emotions when we meditate. And we also are able to view heightened emotions more easily as passing states. So we don't get stuck on those feelings anymore. However, the most profound advantages of meditation is it not only changes our mindset and our perspective, but it physically alters our brain. It actually rewires them towards more positive thoughts and emotions.
Amazing.
So the more you do it, the more positive you'll be. It improves concentration. That's a huge thing that most people don't realize. Concentration and focus are very much linked to relaxation. So the more you meditate, the more relaxed you will be. A couple stats that Headspace, they do a lot of research on meditation. They reviewed a ton of studies, and these are some pretty incredible numbers here. In one session, just one session, it can cut mind wandering by 22%.
So real quick, raise your hand if you have a problem with your mind wandering all the time. Raise your hand. Please, God, I better not see one hand on the ground.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome. And I think, and that's usually the most common complaint when people first start meditating is their mind wandering. So after a week, increases focus by 14%. After 10 days, life satisfaction is increased by 7.5%.
Wow.
After a month, it can improve resiliency, so your ability to manage life's challenges, by 11%. And then if you do it for 2 months, some studies show it reduces depression by 46% and anxiety by 31%.
Wow.
Those are really pretty huge numbers there. So that shows the more you do it, the more benefits that you get. Yes, resiliency, that's so important in what we're going through.
Hey guys, I don't know if it's worth repeating again. It can reduce 8 weeks, reduces depression, could reduce depression by 46%, and anxiety by 31%. Guys, those are like astronomical numbers. All right, and if you guys need to be on medication, you talk to your healthcare professional. You guys can always try this first. This is always the first path, and I'm sure Heather can share that too. We always try plan A before we go to plan B. Guys, the science is here and the studies are here to prove that this actually works. So start implementing it into your life, and we'll show you at the end too. We have 6 steps for you guys to implement it now, and you can improve your guys' life starting tonight.
Yeah, awesome. It is so, and I'm seeing a lot of the people in the chat, realizing how important this is to have this practice in your daily life, especially working from home, especially when we're so stressed out. It can, it reduce stress eating, calming anxiety. So very, very important. So now you probably all heard about meditation. So we talked about mindfulness, and the next step is meditation. So mindful meditation, you focus on your breathing as a tool to ground yourself in the present moment. Now, it's normal for your mind to wander. You just simply bring it back into the moment by refocusing your breathing again and again. So when we talk about implementing a daily, I'm sorry, let me go back to like meditating one more time, and then I'll go. So when we talk about meditating, it's just basically the practice of sitting and experiencing all of the sensations around you. So you imagine, you notice the sensation of the air as it passes through your nose and your mouth. You feel when you're taking these breaths, what it feels like in your belly, in your chest. Notice the sounds around you. Notice the sounds in your body. And remember, it's normal for thoughts to wander during a mindful meditation. At times, it may feel like a constant battle to maintain focus on your breathing. But don't worry, that's normal. So instead of struggling against your thoughts, simply notice them without judgment and just acknowledge them. Acknowledge my mind's wandered and return it back. If you notice that your mind has wandered, that's part of the practice, is recognizing that your mind is wandering and bring it right back. Now, if you're just getting started on meditation, I highly recommend that you follow a guided meditation. I still do a guided meditations. There's tons of apps out there. I use Simple Habit. It's a 5-minute guided meditation every day. They have 7-day series where they teach you how to meditate. Headspace is also another awesome one. They have 10-minute guided meditations. I think, Angela, you use 10 steps to happiness, right?
10%.
10%? 10%. So there's so many out there. YouTube's a great resource. And that's really good when you're just starting, because you can have somebody take you through it. You want to aim for practicing 5 to 30 minutes a day. Set a time. So it's there's Headspace, there's Simple Habit, and 10%. And actually, on our last at the end of group or end of the session, I'll have it typed out for you too. So you want to set aside a time every single day to do this. For me, it's like first thing in the morning. You break off that time. The more frequently you do it, the more consistent you do it, the better. And some practice is better than nothing. Find a time when you're unlikely to be interrupted. Silence your phones and everything, all the devices, because the sensations of breathing are always present. They're useful as a tool to help kind of bring you back to the moment. So meditation, highly recommend that you meditate every single day. Again, it changes the brain structure. I know I do it every day. Angela does it. It's something that's very helpful in putting you into setting your intention for the day. A couple other, mindfulness activities you can do. Take a mindful mental health break. So you just take a few minutes, take a moment, practice your breathing, and then mindfully notice everything around you. So just look around your room. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you feel? Again, if you're like me and doesn't have power right now, this would be a good opportunity to kind of get outside. What do I see around me? And just sit there for a full minute. See if you can challenge yourself to set a timer for a minute and don't do anything. This is a good way to start. And you can do this throughout the day. If you start getting stressed out, say, you know what, I'm taking a mindful mental break.
Yeah.
The other strategy that I teach all of my clients is 5 senses, or the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can do this anywhere, especially if we get stressed out or overwhelmed. Look around, use your senses. So what are 5 things that you see right now? What are 4 things that you hear right now? What are 3 things that you feel? 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. And you can even grab an object that you have and use it that way. And that's a good way. It doesn't have to be in that order. That's just so don't get bogged down on what am I supposed to say now? Is it 5 things that I smell? Whatever works for you. Mindfulness is about working for you and helping calm you.
So Heather, I'm sitting in my office, right? And I'm super stressed out, and I just had a client yell at me. My wife didn't cook me dinner when I come home. I'm upset. I got 50 things to do, and it's already 10 o'clock, and I got to get up at 5 a.m. Right. So what is doing something like a 5-minute mental mindfulness actually going to do for me? What is it going to do for me? Pull it back in. Let's remind them. How does that heal us in that moment right there? Because I know you guys are all going through this right now. Kids are running around going crazy. You're like, I need 5 minutes. What is that doing to us in that moment?
So that's going to help us refocus our attention and refocus our concentration. When our mind's running a mile a minute, we can't actually make a decision. We can't actually come up, as they're saying, there's echoing. I don't know if there's anything that I can do on my end to help.
Let me see. Is it better?
It'll help us bring it back to the moment. And Heather's, I am the echo. So is there maybe on your end, do you need to mute me somehow?
Sadly, what are you trying to say, Doreen? What are you trying to say? That the echo should be me and Tim?
Cool. So I lost my train of thought, but bringing it back. When things are really stressed out and we practice this meditation, and it'll bring us back. It'll help us refocus. It'll help us make a better decision. It'll help us not scream at our kids. It'll help us not yell at our wife. It'll help us just relax for a moment and think about it again. Sometimes mindfulness can be a good distraction. So it takes our mind off of the intense emotion so that we can calm down and then come back to it and approach it in a calmer light.
Exactly. It's like it kind of hit the reset button when your mind's going like awry and it's going all over the place. And instead of acting on old bad.
Angela, you're muted.
I can hear you now.
So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like hitting the reset button, like when you're acting off of, I'm going to say like automated responses that you've learned in the past, and they might be bad habits to react a certain way. It's kind of grounding you and making you think about the situation. You can react like mindfully, like, okay, this situation really means this, so I should be acting this way. When I automatically want to respond a different way, that's the wrong way. So your mindfulness is pulling us out of that situation. We're not falling back on our old habits that are bad, and we're responding a better and different way.
Absolutely.
All righty.
That I want to bring up regarding mindfulness is mindful appreciation. And this, a lot of times when we're stressed out, we only notice the negative. We only notice the things that aren't working in our life. We only notice that bad work.
Heather freezing, guys. We have Heather freezing. Guys, you better hope Heather doesn't freeze. You're going to stuck with me and Tim. And all we know how to do is jump squat. Let's see if we can get Heather back on. It looks like your screen froze.
How many guys, let's say when you come home from a day of work, you feel the need to kind of decompress? I'm one of those people, like I have to have like my time. How many people kind of go through that after a long day of work? So yeah, so meditation can really help with that. It can really help bring your kind of brain to, be stronger throughout the day so that you don't need the time, because that time, people, but if you train yourself to kind of not need it, you can be more productive throughout the day. And then when you're at that point where you feel that you need that downtime, you could be feeling literally down. And again, the whole point is making sure that you're feeling, good, feeling positive, being productive. That's going to help you feel better and keep you on track in terms of just your health. Just hop back on. Really something I need to do. Me too. I need to meditate more often, Maria, for sure. It's not something I do regularly, but it's something that, I'm learning here too. So it's definitely something I want to try.
So she'll be back on in 1 second. But Jamie, I'm glad you said it. You said I need to start the meditation. Super cool. So we're going to have like a 7-day challenge, meditation challenge, right? A mindfulness challenge. And we're going to have you guys all do it with us for 7 days. And we're going to see if, like Tim, you guys can all grow a full beard just by doing meditation for 1 week.
I know you guys are excited. We're not medicating, okay?
I know you guys are excited.
We're back. Wonky connection. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to stay consistent with a lot of things. It just takes that kind of self-discipline to stay on top of it. And you do feel better. How many people feel worse after a workout? Has anyone ever felt worse emotionally after a workout?
Yeah, it's a great one, Tim. No.
So again, I have it. I always feel, when I'm stressed out, I love working out. I feel way better. It helps put things in perspective for me because, it's just you and the weights, or you and, the coach, or you and your little mental zone. And it really removes you from that situation. And then you come back with a clear head and look at it. Only when Ansel wants your calories.
Yeah, Chris, you said something like, I'm always thankful I did it, even if I was not feeling it before. Like, being successful, guys, is just doing the things that you should do, like the difficult thing. Oh, look who's back!
Hey,
guys.
Heather, we were making up a bunch of studies. Hopefully these numbers that we were giving out were right. We just did a meditation while we were waiting for your electricity to come back on.
Oh, yeah.
So did you light a bunch of candles for your lighting?
Yeah, I don't know. Something happened, but everything was like flickering. The internet's not working, but I can use my phone, so at least I'm here.
Boom, boom. All right, guys, we
Okay.
are back. Just to finish up though, like Christy said, even if I was not feeling it before, you feel good after doing your workout, right? It's just like success is measured by just doing the difficult things, like the things we know are good for us. We know exercise is good for us. We know meditation is good for us. We know eating right is good for us, right? Just your ability to do the difficult things, right? And that's what the mindfulness is going to get you to do. It's going to get you to make the right choices and be in the present moment, not always think about what's happening tomorrow or be stressed at work or worried about the next thing. You're going to be present in the moment. You're going to be able to make the right decisions. You'll be more equipped to make the right decisions. I'm not going to say you're going to be perfect, but yeah, you'll be more equipped after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all on you. We're back at it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I got cut off, but did you guys hear me talk about the mindful?
You started with it.
Okay, so I just got cut off. That was the last thing that we talked about, is that mindful appreciation. It's so important at the end of the day to identify 3 good things that happened to you that day that'll keep us in the moment. So, when we feel like we haven't, sometimes throughout the day, our mind goes to the negative. We feel like we didn't get that workout in, or we ate poorly. At the end of the day, 3 good things. Gratitude has been found to be the most powerful practice to help improve our mood. And then that'll bring us into the next thing that we're going to talk about regarding mindset. So,
Define gratitude real quick.
I'm sorry.
Gratitude is gratitude, showing gratitude for something good that happened for the day. And I know you're going to get into it deeper, but define gratitude real quick.
So gratitude is in what you have.
Angela, mute yourself.
I'm sorry.
There's an echo on his end.
Yeah. It's being thankful. So it could be, someone in your life that has an impact on you. It could be something that happened to you that day. It could be something good that's going on around you. When we identify those 3 good things, we also want to think about why they're good. So, tonight I had a good dinner. Well, why was that good? Because I made it myself and I got to have a nice conversation with my husband. So that's always a positive. So that's going to help us change our mindset. When we focus on the good, it takes us, our mind is used to focusing on the negative. We're trained to think about the negative. We need to retrain our brain to think about the positive and focus on the good. Just like we retrain our muscles in our body, we have to retrain our brain to refocus our attention.
I mean, that was all excellent stuff. I appreciate you sharing it. The answer I was looking for was showing gratitude for your coaches for making you do extra jump squats. That's what I was looking for, Heather. You tiptoed around it. But yeah, so that's, guys, that is real gratitude. If you show gratitude for Kat, Dad, and Angelo making you guys do extra jump squats when you really want to kill us, that's gratitude, guys. So Heather, next question, right? Let's tie this all back in together, right? So how does mindset influence my fitness goals, and how can I improve?
Mindset's the most important aspect of the fitness game. The brain acts like a muscle. So in the sense that it grows and develops with exercise or practice. So like an exercise, when we work at learning something, we can make we grow our muscles, but we can also make the brain stronger or smarter in this case. So what this really means is that if you don't believe that you're going to improve, you're unlikely to see any improvement. What we tell ourselves matters. So another really cool study that was published in the Health Psychology Journal in 2017 showed that the way you think about your workouts actually have effects on your well-being and overall health. So this study looked at 60,000 adults over a 16-year period. They looked at their level of physical activity, but also the way they thought about their overall health. And the results are pretty incredible. So they found that people who compare their gym progress to those around them began to think they were less healthy than those who did more than that. So, and the end result, which is even more incredible, is that they were 71% more likely to die sooner than their counterparts, regardless of their fitness level. So those numbers are pretty incredible. Good as your friend, as the people that you're working out with, you think that they're better than you. There are a higher likelihood, at least in this study, that shows that the higher mortality rates. 1,000 adults, that's a pretty big Ready, go ahead.
Th-
I hear
that,
echoes.
that was like the craziest study when you shared that. That was the most amazing study. So can you repeat that real quick for those that didn't get it?
So when you compare your gym progress to those around you, you begin to think you're less healthy than those who did more than you, regardless of your fitness level. And this study showed that they were 71% likely to die sooner than their counterparts.
So you guys that are
Wow.
posting, and we see it in the virtual group all the time, in the challenge groups and the Legion groups, that you guys are posting like, hey guys, I didn't lose any weight this week, but I didn't gain any weight. And you're saying positive things about your exercise. That is awesome. Don't compare yourself. We have people that say, hey, this person burnt this many calories and I don't know why they do that. Don't do that, because that what Heather's talking about, it's exactly that negative self-talk is going to stop you from reaching your goals, guys. And Heather's going to talk a little bit more about how, positive self-talk will get you there. But that is such a powerful study. When you sent that over to me, I was like, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, pretty incredible. So if we think about it, every minute someone makes a decision to incorporate a fitness program in their life. But every minute someone falls off that same fitness program and loses all motivation to maintain a healthy lifestyle. This happens because of negative self-talk. Negative self-talk can prevent you from seeing the results that you really need in your program. So again, I always think about, what we tell ourselves matters. And I think about when Tim's yelling at us, you're not tired, and that motivates you. Our mind stops us before our bodies really need to. So negative self-talk, this is a destructive habit. It's essentially a defense mechanism. It protects us from uncomfortable feelings. But please understand that you can make the choice not to repeat old patterns of eating poorly, staying inactive, and thinking negatively. You have the ability to choose the emotions you have. If you don't like feeling guilty, frustrated, or doubtful, you can actually choose not to feel that way. You and no one else must decide what's best for you. To become successful in making healthy choices, you have to avoid negative self-talk and start practice positive thinking. So I have 7 practical tips that you can start doing tomorrow, and you can do every single day. Help you improve your mindset. And I had it up to share with you guys when I had the computer, so maybe I emailed out for anybody who wants. But
Yeah, we'll email it out after, guys. But everybody get your pen and paper out. If you could just write the steps down. But super, super good stuff. This is what you guys can take from this, implement it into your life, and immediately improve your life. So Heather's going to drop 7 bombs on us, all right? And we will send it out to you guys all in an email. So just message us after this and we'll get you a written copy. But handwrite it, guys. There's a brain, mind, hand connection when you write it out. So hand write it. Tim writes with his feet, but you write with your hands.
All right. So step 1, every morning when you wake up, say something positive about yourself and your commitment to your healthy lifestyle. Set your intention for the day. Another way to look at it is, what is your why? Here at Legion, we talk a lot about, why are you doing this? You need to have a true reason why to motivate you. So number 1, as soon as you wake up, say something positive about yourself. Step 2, implement your daily mindfulness practice. So whatever that is for you, the guided apps, the meditations, mental health breaks, whatever that may be for you. Number 3, get your workout in. But while you're working out, tell yourself positive statements, such as, I got this, keep going, something that'll keep you motivated to continue. That's also why step 1 is important, because if we start our day with a positive intention, when we're working out, we're talking to ourselves. We have to have positive self-talk while exercising. Number 4, after your workout, always have a positive attitude about the workout and the way you're feeling in that particular moment. Your endorphins will be peaking at this time, and it will help promote a positive outlook. Use your mindfulness and pay close attention to how positive you feel. This will also help you when you don't want to work out, because you'll remember how positive you felt in that moment. Right after you work out, check in with your sensations, check in with your body. Number 5, praise yourself. Praise yourself for your hard work and commitment you made to complete your goal. Even if it wasn't the best workout you had, it still was a workout. Something is better than nothing. Even if you haven't lost any weight, you kept showing up. Even if you didn't eat perfectly today, you know what to do tomorrow. Be kind to yourself and give yourself credit. Number 6, spread the positive energy to the world. Compliment at least one person. Do extra acts of kindness. The energy you put in will come back to you. All right, so I'm going to pop back then. So we were talking about, so number 6 is, positive energy. So when you put the positive energy back, it'll come back out to you. And I know Angela preaches this all the time. And then another way that we can spread the positive energy to the world, use your Legion Facebook groups. Talk to each other, support each other, reach out for help. And then the last thing, number 7, before you go to bed, say something positive about yourself and reaffirm your commitment to this healthy lifestyle. This could be your gratitude list, your 3 good things. So the Legion checklist that you're working on from the virtual challenge, it tells you every day, did you get your water in? Did you do your positive affirmation? Finish your day with something positive. This will also help you sleep at night and prepare for a positive day. So those are 7 tips that you can do tomorrow. The more you practice it, the easier it'll get. I wish you guys the best of luck. Stay positive. Visualize yourself as a capable, happy, and confident person. These positive feelings will help the process of change. Be consistent with these positive changes, and you will feel better.
Awesome. So guys, thumbs up. Comment in the comments right now.
We can't.
You can't hear anything I'm saying?
No.
At all?
Nah.
It's the saddest day of my life.
Did anyone else understand? I can't.
I can't hear him either. So.
Really? I don't know what's going on. Maybe I don't know. Everybody else can hear me. You guys all can hear me? All right, cool. So everybody else can hear me. So guys, real quick, comment, thank Heather. Tell her what you thought about everything today. Tell me one thing that you guys gained from today. We're going to get to the question and answers. We're going to get the Q&A in 1 second, but tell one thing that you learned that you're going to implement into your life right now. Come on, comment. Let's go.
Okay, I figured out what the issue is.
What, Tim?
So on Zoom, you're fine, but on Skype, you're not.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be listening to me on Skype. All right, so I asked everybody to comment something that they're going to implement into their life to improve their life right now. Everybody's thanking you, Heather. Meditation is something I should try out. Self-gratitude, meditation, mindful appreciation. Thanks, Heather, Angela, and Tim. Thank you, Carol. Meditation. This was awesome. Thanks, Heather. We'll start implementing mindful meditation. Awesome. Heather, you got to come back and run a mindfulness thing. I'm going to go work on affirmations. Yeah, she really does, guys. It is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we're friends and that you got me to get on good. Yeah, I think that was the Heather, Katie, but you're our friend now too. Katie's just talking about how happy she is to be your friend.
Hey guys, I can see you now. I can just hear. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So Heather can't hear me because she's only on Skype. Heather, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but you sound weird.
Yeah, so you have to open up Zoom. You're not on Zoom, are you?
Okay, now you want me to open up Zoom?
Yeah. So guys, we're gonna get the Q&A. Let's get Heather hooked up on Zoom so she can hear us, and then we are gonna open up the Q&A, and then we're out of here, guys. Boom! I just
Heather, if you mute him on Skype, it's better.
I sound awesome coming from 2 audio sources. Are you kidding me?
Just mute Angela. I think you need to let me in.
Katie.
All right. Oh, Colin. All right. I'm gonna.
And then I think you have to mute yourself, Angela.
No, you guys both have to mute yourselves. Heather. All right, guys, type your questions. We're gonna get them over to Heather. Let's go. Type your questions. Q&A, guys. Let's go. Heather, I'm gonna unmute you.
Hey guys.
All right, Heather's live from Zoom, guys. So we have her in a separate screen. So guys, type your Q&As. Is there any benefit to rewarding yourself with a cheat meal? Ooh, good question. Heather?
Great question. Well, with anything, we have to be careful about what we tell ourselves. So, part of mindfulness and self-talk is not being judgmental and just accepting, what things are. So I don't like to call it a cheat meal. I like to, we can reward ourselves, have something enjoyable. If you do have something that you would consider a cheat meal, use mindfulness. eat it slowly, savor the food. If you have, say like dark chocolate, really savor it. And you'll find that you're going to enjoy it a lot better. Absolutely. I don't know if Angelo and Tim have have a different response to that.
So my thoughts on cheat meal are, guys, some of you guys have, remember your why, right? Is it worth it to have a cheat meal? And Tim, I know what you're going to say, so I'm going to let you talk in 1 second because Tim has his theory on cheat meals. But guys, I always say, remember your why. Guys, if you've worked out through 2 challenges and you've lost 47 pounds and you want to go out with your family and have a pizza one night, do it. You've earned the right to go out and have a cheat meal. Totally fine. Totally fine. Tim's going to tell you he feels the same way. We've talked about it before, guys. You're totally fine having a cheat meal here and there. But if you have a goal, remember your why. If you're trying to get to your goal, stay focused. Stay on track. Do what you got to do to get where you have to get and then reward yourself, guys. It's like delayed gratification. It's like eating your dessert before your dinner, right? Eat your dinner. Do the hard stuff. Do the difficult stuff first. And then reward yourself. So yeah, if you've been working out for 2 years and you're exactly the shape you want to be in and you're where you want to be, totally cool. Have a cheat meal. If it's your birthday, your anniversary, have a cheat meal. That's fine. But guys, don't use it as an excuse of, oh, every Thursday and Friday night, I'm going to get pizza and then I'm going to get pasta Friday night. That's not what we're talking about with the cheat meal. Tim, anything on that?
Can you hear me?
We absolutely can.
I can hear you now.
Is there an echo?
There's not.
Okay. So usually what I tell people with cheat meals is use it as a reward to kind of push through whatever you're doing right now. So for example, as you all know, one of my idols, The Rock, when he was working out for his Hercules movie, I never saw the movie. I don't think it was good looking, but anyways, he did I don't remember the time that he did it, but it was maybe between 6 weeks to 2 months of training and clean eating every single day. And at the end of that movie, he had a giant cheat meal. It was pancakes, pizza, you name it, it was on there. And yeah, they're crazy. But he uses that to motivate him to do the task, basically, of what he's doing. And that's how I kind of like to look at cheat meals, as like a reward for, discipline and hitting that goal that you wanted to hit. And then after the cheat meal, right back to work.
Absolutely.
Again, what Heather said, savor it, enjoy it, live in the moment. But, once it's over, right back to work.
So Ilana's got the next question. What are the best foods for anxiety or sleep? I think blueberries are really high on the list, like leafy greens. Heather, if you could tie back in inflammation, I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with it and the virtual challenge and more like anti-inflammatory foods that are in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, just like with any nutrition, we have to pay attention to. I encourage you to eat whole foods. So like Angela shared about blueberries, strawberries. When we're eating poor, we're creating inflammation in our body. Inflammation in our gut, inflammation in our brain. So how do we get rid of that? We have to eat foods that are high in nutrients and vitamins. So that's where the fruits come in. That's where the leafy greens and vegetables come in. Get rid of those simple sugars. Get rid of those refined sugars. I recommend that all of my clients stop. I mean, hopefully you guys have already done this, but stop sodas, energy drinks. All of those are really terrible for you. Mm-hmm. They're loaded with sugar, loaded with all kinds of chemicals. You want to try to eat as clean as possible. Mm-hmm. Those are really, as long as you're eating a clean diet, your depression and anxiety will reduce.
Absolutely.
And as far as those fake sugars and sweeteners, there are a lot of studies that show that they're not good for you. Stevia is, if you're going to add anything, is what I usually recommend, or honey, and I think that's what's on the nutrition plan is not adding Splenda. All those are really not good for you. As well, sweet and low, equal. They create inflammation in the brain as well, so they have been linked to memory deficits and cognitive declines.
Awesome. Linda Roy said, someone asked earlier, the best time of the day to work out. I got a real simple answer for you, right? The time of the day that you can work out. There's no perfect time of the day, right? There's not like, hey, at 5:35 a.m., if you guys work out, you're going to burn the most fat and you're going to put the most effort in. You're either a morning owl or a night lark, I think they call them, right? So you just work out and eat and live by your natural circadian rhythm, right? So if you can work out in the morning and that's when you have the most energy and that's when you feel the best, that's when you need to work out.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I think it's just about creating a routine. You have to have a routine in your daily life. And that's what's going to help keep you going. If you know that every morning you wake up and you're going to go take the 5 a.m. class, then you're going to keep doing that. That's what's important, is something that you're going to continue doing.